Okay, hey guys, we're here with Tate Stevens, super winner of the X Factor, and touring Magnet right now. And he brought all this rain.
Yes.
To Norris Creek. Good thing it's called Norris Creek. So tell us a little bit what's going on.
Well, we're out doing what we do, getting to live the dream, if you will, and it's because of the great country music fans in this country. They're the reason why I'm here, and so yeah, we're just out making new friends and fans, and having a great time playing music.
How you adjusting to it? It's got to be a big difference.
It is a difference. It's a difference. I mean, obviously now I get to do what I love to do. Where not that asphalt's not a great job, but it's not what I love doing. But just playing music and entertaining folks and getting to be an artist. That's what I've dreamed about. It's what I've wanted to do since I was a little kid. So getting to do that is like I said, living the dream. So it's very cool.
Well, the minute when you came on X Factor and you belted out anything goes, I said anybody that can take on Randy Houser and belt it out as good as Randy Houser got my vote from note one to the finale.
Well, thank you.
And
that song was the first time I heard the song, I was like, man, that is awesome. It's a great song, and Randy's a great singer. So that's just kind of in my wheelhouse, I guess, if you will. You know what I mean? That kind of style of things. I love letting her wail away. I just let it fly. That's kind of what I do. So that song in particular was just one that I felt showed me as an artist, really. If I had the chance to cut that song, I would cut that song. So that's why we chose that.
Well, you can't. Randy's pure country, and you are actually like a breath of fresh air in a stale environment right now.
Oh, well, thank you.
You really are,
Thank you.
and it's nice to have some genuine country
Right.
from somebody that feels it and is that.
Yep.
And it's great. Glad you're handling the transition. I mean, it's how's your family dealing with it?
Good. You know what? I think they handle it better than I do most of the time. I'm still not cool to my kids. My son, he's 16, so I thought at one point I was taking my daughter to school one morning, and I was home, and I picked her up from school, and some of her friends were out waiting for their parents, and I pulled up, and they all waved, and I waved, and I thought, oh, that's cool, and they said something about an autograph, and I thought, oh, well, the little friends want my autograph, So she gets in the car, and I said, what do your friends want, my autograph, Riley, or something? And she's like, oh, no, Daddy, they wanted, because you met Harry Styles, they wanted to know if you could get his autograph for him.
I thought they were going to ask for hers.
Yeah, no, and so it really, I'm still not cool to my kids. I'm just dad, and
Dads are always cool with their kids.
Well, I mean, as cool as a dad could be, I guess. But I mean, and that's a good thing, because my wife, she, I'm her husband. I'm the guy that people saw on TV, and I'm the guy that people come to see their show, and that's great, and it's amazing, and we're so grateful for that. But when I get home, I have honey-do lists to do. I have the things I got to mow the grass and take the trash out and clean the bathrooms. I got to do that stuff. So nothing changed there. Just what I do for a living changed.
So your wife is the one that actually talked you into doing it, right? Into doing the X Factor.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, her and the kids. They were the ones that wanted me to do it in the first place. I would have never done it. I mean, we watched the first season of X Factor. I thought it was really cool. I thought I said we were fans of Idol, and we watched The Voice and stuff, and it just that was something that I would have never done. I'm not a reality show person. I'm a normal person. If that makes any sense.
You are reality, though.
So, well,
you are reality.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have never wanted to do a show like that. It's just not me. But they talked me into it. The auditions were coming to Kansas City, which is 30 minutes from where we are, and I kept saying no, I'm not doing it, and it's just not something I would do, my wife asked me one night after watching a commercial for it, and she said, why are you afraid that they're going to say you're not good enough? And, you know, really, I said, I don't give a damn what they say, because I'm not doing it. So, and she said, well, yeah, you are, because we've signed you up, and you need to be there such and such a date and all this. And I still said no. I said, I'm not going. I said, you know, watching Idol, watching X Factor, you see the 20,000 people waiting outside this arena just to get a chance to sing, and you know, and I said, that's crazy. I'm not doing that. And she said, I'll stand with you in the line if you go. So, you know, reluctantly, okay, you know, and we went, and you know, December 20th, we won the show, and you know, now she has the ultimate "I told you so."
Yeah, my neighbors hate me because I'm sure I woke them up screaming. Because my mom and I watched it, and I said, if he does not win this, I'm going to be mad. If you do not know the word mad. And when they called her name, I've still got it on video. It was great, and I was just so glad to finally see somebody in country that really has, pardon the X Factor, but you have that. Well, and to see that go all the way was outstanding. Now, you've got a CD out, which I love.
Oh,
I love. Power of a Love song.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
It is a great song. It is a great song. You know, the record came fast. It happened fast. We got to December 20th was the finale of the show. I got home on the 21st of December. Spent the holidays with my family, and then I was in Nashville on the 3rd of January. We started writing and recording for the record, and we were doing 2 to 3 songwrites a day, and just to try to write something, and you know, listen to, I would say, 400 or 500 songs, and it was grueling at that point. You know, we knew we had to get something out, product out, you know, and the whole thing was done by the 12th of February.
Well, it seems like it's doing really well.
You know, it's not bad, I guess. I don't know. I don't listen to numbers. I don't like that, because then it'll just bum me out or whatever, you know, if it's bad. But I just keep my head down, and we keep going forward. We keep moving forward.
Well, I see the feedback on it, and the feedback's really good.
Well, you know, the thing is, as an artist, my goal is to, you know, you can't please everyone. You can't make everyone like you. But what you can do is you can talk to the masses, and you know, hopefully most of them get it, and that's what we're out trying to do now. We're out thanking people in person for me being here. I get to thank people every night for me getting to do this, and which that was my goal this year, is to thank as many people in person as I could. You know, like I said, because they're the reason I'm here, you know, and so that was a big goal, and I wanted to make good country music. I wanted to make a record that described me and my personality, and also, you know, had a little fun in it, but still very country. And I think we got really close. I think we got really close to all that.
So tell me about this big-ass party you're throwing.
Yeah.
I hear about the big-ass party.
I never would have thought. I mean, that was just something that I said. You know, they asked me, and I'm like, you know, because I'd heard people talk about, well, half the money's going to pay off, you know, my grandparents and my wife and my mom and this and that. We're going to take half the money and do this with it and give it to charity and all that. And I'm like, everyone. You know, and all that's great, but is that really what you would do? I mean, and so when they asked the question, I was like, honestly, I'm gonna have a big ass party. It's gonna be fun, man. I mean, and it was the truth, and it is the truth. And August 17th, next weekend, I think, we're gonna have a big party.
You're having a big-ass party.
Big-ass party. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's great.
We have Aaron Lewis and the Henningsons and some other folks on the show with us that night, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about it. Plus, I get to go home and play at home again, and that's always fun.
That's great. And I saw that you're doing a charity event with Craig Morgan.
Yeah.
His 7th annual charity.
Yeah. Doing Bonfire on the Show, Craig reached out and we talked and became friends, and he's a good guy. He's a really good guy, and it's a very good cause. Anytime you can help kids, that's I'm in. If you can help kids, I'm in.
And this is for Billy's Place,
Billy's
right?
Place, yeah, Billy's Place. And so there's a motorcycle ride, like a trail ride that goes on in the morning. You can bring four-wheelers, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, or whatever you have, and ride. And there's going to be all kinds of professional motocrossers and, freestyle motocross guys there ride, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So, and then, then the acoustic show with me and Craig and Aaron Lewis that night, and then Craig comes out and does like a show afterwards. So
that's going to be a big event.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a great event.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
So I hate living out here. I can't ever attend anything like that, and I want to.
Yeah, and getting to do stuff like that, that's really cool. Getting to collaborate with other artists that I've looked up to is amazing. And like tonight, Joe Diffie is my favorite. He's my favorite singer.
Mine too.
And it's kind of funny because I remember as a kid listening to him, and I wanted to sing like him. Because it was so awesome how he sang, and it just, for whatever reason, it just really hit something with me. And so I would practice. I would just sit in my room and listen to his music and imitate him and try to do the things that he was doing. And we went to see him in 1990, 1991, and watching him sing, and he's just up there killing it, not hitting a bad note. It was awesome. And I remember looking at my dad and I said, I want to sing like that guy. As dads are, loving and all that, then, my dad looked at me and he said, good luck.
I've never seen him, so I was really excited about tonight.
Oh, man.
And I'm interviewing him next. So
yeah, I will tell you. And so with that, I ramble a lot. I have ADD real bad. But
I'm Southern. I ramble. So we're good.
The cool thing about, like, with Craig and now Joe, I got to write with Joe. Here's one of my heroes. Here's the guy that I've looked up to as a singer, and I've loved his music, and like I said, one of the best country singers I think we've ever had. Mm-hmm. And I will put him in the top 3 best male country singers ever. And so it's weird, getting to write with him and getting to hang out with him, because I've looked up to him, and they're, now we're kind of peers almost. I'm not in that league or category or by any means, but it's almost like, I'm kind of one of the guys. I'm in the club, kind of, if they'll accept me.
Do you still kind of shake your head and go, you won't sit here meeting all these people and doing this?
Yeah, like the first time I played the Opry. To me, because, and I'm sure it is for all country artists that get to play the Opry, that's the mother church of country music, and to be able to walk on the stage and stand in the circle, it was so emotional. It was so, I was trying not to cry the whole time, because it was like, are you kidding me? They asked me to come do this, and this is something that I've watched on TV and I've listened to the radio for years and years, and I've always wanted to be on that stage and sing.
And you're standing in that circle.
And I'm just standing there where all the greats.
Where all those boots have been.
Yeah, and heels.
Yeah, and heels.
Because there's a lot of great women in this business, and they, it's.
There's a lot of DNA in that dust.
There is a lot of, it was crazy.
How did you get through it?
I don't know. I don't remember singing. I don't remember anything that I said.
A lot of people say that when they play it for the first time.
And then I walked off, and I was like, I just remember looking around like, what?
What happened?
I didn't suck. That's hope, right? Was that not good? Did I mess up? Did I sound stupid? You know, what did I say? And
that's great.
And, you know, Mr. Fisher, you know, shook my hand, and you know, I was like, oh my gosh, I was freaking out then. Then I was really nervous because I didn't know what happened. You know, it was really that odd.
You just kind of blank out during the whole thing. You just sing and blank out.
And so then the next time we played it a few weeks, you know, it was like a month later we got to do it again. And I'm like, okay, this time I'm gonna remember what's going on. So I remember, you know, a little bit of the second time.
So it was like the first time all over again, kind of.
Yeah, because like I said, it's such an honor.
Wow.
And I'm playing it at the end of the month. I'm going to do the Opry again. And
so how many times will this be? Your third?
This will be my third time at the Opry, in like a month and a half. So I'm excited. I'm like,
wow.
I'll do it every week. If they wanted me to be there every week, I'd do it. Just because it means that much. I'm such a fan of the genre. I'm such a fan of everything about it, that community, the country music community. When you talk to Joe, you can ask him all kinds of questions about writing and the musicians, and he'll tell you how it is a community, and tell you. I mean, it's so cool.
That's why I fell in love with it, is because everybody helps everybody else. It's not I'm out for myself, you're out for yourself. It's, hey, let me help you. Let's write together. Let's do something together. And in tragedies, the country artists are the first ones to jump in and help.
Right.
And,
you're right.
Yeah.
And I think because most of them are real people.
they just have the biggest hearts.
You know. But like I said, so getting to write with Joe was awesome. And just sitting out on his bus now, I've been out there for like an hour, probably plugging him. He's probably like, please leave. Please get off the bus. I got things I want to do.
Kind of like you during this interview?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I don't mind it at all. But, so it is, it's very cool to be looked at and to be accepted, especially by people like Joe, because he is one of my heroes. He is that guy. And today we were sound checking, and I got this song. He was like, I want to hear it. Do it during sound check. So he come out. Because we wrote it together. And it came out, and he was like, yeah, it was kind of I was nervous because Joe was standing there watching me sing. That was kind of freaking me out a little bit, But I really didn't want to screw up, But it's cool. I mean, that's what's so great about this genre and these people.
Well, one of the things I try to do is I kind of want fans to see you guys as people, not as just people up there singing. And
right.
I like to kind of get them to see the real side of you and realize, hey, they're no different than me. They just have a different job, and they enjoy what they're doing. So, who's the real Tate Stevens? I mean, if you could describe yourself and say 3 words.
Oh, it's going to take longer than 3 words. The real me. You know what? I don't know if I'm. I don't know. You'd have to ask somebody else who knows me.
Who's the real Tate?
The guy you see on stage.
I mean, it is. I guess I'm a real person. I don't know if that makes sense. I try to be a good person. I don't know. That's really hard. Who am I? I don't know.
I don't think any of us really know that. We know who we want to be and who we try to be.
Yeah, or I know who I would love to aspire to be. But I'm far from that. But I don't know, just a normal guy. I just have a great job. I have a job that only certain people get to do. At a level that we're getting to do it at, and I don't know how to answer that question, honestly.
Well, you're genuinely one of these people, one of these artists, when you can say, when it comes, to the end of your time, you can say, God gave me a talent and I used it to the best of my ability.
Sure.
And I used it all.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of artists that, I hate to say that, but can really honestly probably say that. You get up there and you can see it in your face, the love of what you do, and that you're doing it for the right reasons. And that's what's so appealing about you. You're genuine.
Yeah.
What do you? genuineness.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah, but I hope that's what people see. I hope people see that I truly love doing what I do.
When you walk off that stage, you leave your heart on that stage.
Oh, sure.
You really do. You
Yeah.
leave everything you've got on that stage when you walk
Yeah.
off.
And I think if you don't, then you shouldn't do it.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I've had people ask me, you know, you've been doing this a long time. You've been doing this since the mid-'90s, and you know, do you still get nervous? And you still, yeah. I'm not nervous because there's 5 people or 5,000 people. I'm nervous because I want people to love what I do. You know, and I want the people who don't know who I am. I want to win them. That's the challenge, and that's why I'm nervous. I want those people to go, I don't even know who this guy is, but I really like that. And I want to hear more of that, or I want to check him out on YouTube, or I want to download that song, you know, or you know what I mean? That's why I'm nervous. I want those, I got to win those people. And so when I take the stage, it's like a fight. You know, I approach it as I have a job to do, which is entertain whoever's there, and you know, do my absolute best, you know, every time out. But I also want those people who have no idea who I am, who their cousin brought them just because their cousin knows, or you know, whatever, and they're like, oh my God, who is this guy, you know, whatever. But I want them to leave, like, even if I don't care if they're a country fan or not, I want them to leave and go, hey, that was really good.
That's how my photographer John was.
I like that.
He had never heard of you.
You know?
And I told him, I said, I'm telling you, go see this guy. I said, go see him. And then call me when the show's over and tell me what you thought. And he actually texted me during the show, and all he said was, wow. Yeah. He said, everything you told me couldn't even start to describe how good he is.
Right.
And he said, I don't think he hit a bad note. Everybody in here was just blown away.
Your friend's obviously half deaf.
Oh, stop it! Stop it!
Honestly, I really that's what I try to do, and I, you know,
he does wear hearing aids.
And I want to when I walk off the bus or out of the dressing room or whatever it is, when I go do what we do, it is game time. It is for real, you know, and that is the biggest thing is, yeah, I want a show, I want a singing competition on TV, but I want people to walk away from our show going, you know what, that's the real deal.
Well, you know, it's funny because
That's
now
the real deal.
when I hear you sing, I don't even think X Factor anymore. I mean, I know that's what got you there, but
Sure.
now I think country artist,
Right.
genuine country roots,
Right.
and a genuine country heart. That's what I think.
And that's you know, that's the goal every night, to go out and you know, step on stage and have people think that, and because that's me. I mean, that's the artist I want to be.
Well, you're doing a good job of it.
You know, so you know, I want to be a better songwriter. I need to be a better songwriter, and that's something that I'm working on. I want to be a better singer. You know, that's something I work on every day. Every time we go on, I try to make sure I'm, you know, doing the best I can. You know, because like I said, I want to make as many people happy as I can. I know you can't please everybody, but I like trying. And you know, so you know, I don't know. Like I said, I want to be one of those torch carriers for country music for a long time. I don't, you know, and you know, I don't know.
Oh, I think we'll see you around for a long time.
Oh, I got a lot.
I hope you do.
I got.
I hope you do.
Yeah.
All right, well, I won't keep any longer. I know you got rain to go stand out in.
Yeah, no, go back to the bus.
I don't blame you, but thanks for taking the time out.
Yeah, thanks.
So how can people find you on social media?
I have a Twitter account, Tate Stevens, CTRY. It's the only one with a blue check. You know, there's a few out there that aren't me. Or, you know, Facebook. I have a website, TateStevensOfficial.com. I don't know. There's whatever. I don't know.
You're out there.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not real smart, so it's that stuff to me is like, reading another language, it's ridiculous. But I try to stay up on the social media thing because it's so easy. You know, like we don't have any service. I haven't tweeted today because we don't have any service here.
Yeah, I don't have any service either.
You know, it's like terrible. So anyway.
Oh, well, thanks for taking the time out.
Yeah. Well, thanks for talking to me.
Thanks.
The power of a love song can make you believe. The power of a love song, it can change everything.